Okay, with Legito, do you have an electronic signature platform built into it along with the CRM? Is it all in one solution or is it just one
There
part?
is, there is a signature platform built into it. It's a bit clunky right now. They're going to make
Okay,
some enhancements to it in probably first or second quarter of 2024.
okay,
There are a number of people, not just CABB that's requested enhancements, but also Pricewaterhouse and LexisNexis, and they have some very large corporate clients that
hmm,
use their system. So I do have confidence that they will be enhancing it, but it is available.
yeah,
Alternatively, if right now you're accustomed to dragging the forms into your current system and setting them up for e-signature there, I
yeah,
would continue doing that.
yeah.
Once you create the form in Legito and you've looked at it and you finalized it, and you just click on download, it downloads it into a PDF and you can drag it over from there
Yeah,
and do
that
the
that
same
that
thing.
actually might be a good hybrid solution because my pain point right now, which is why I was very excited about this, and I've been actually wondering why this wasn't available all these years, is as you know, the issue right now is having to refill that information again and again. I mean, so many forms, right?
Right.
And you're just buyer, seller, da 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 da. And some places I get confused as well because at some places the buyer needs to be the corporation, in other places if I put the corporation, it's a mess. It needs to be the. So anyway, I'd like some consistency and some automation in having those forms filled out.
Yeah.
And then you're absolutely correct. If that part can be taken care of in Legito, then I just, instead of downloading the completely raw form, I just download the form that's been filled out automatically and then upload into my
Yep.
electronic
For
signature
signature.
platform and then send it from there. That'll be fantastic as well. So, yeah, that's great. So, what would be a good place for me to sort of get coached on that, trained on that? I mean, I don't expect you to do one-on-one stuff, but have you recorded
Yeah.
videos?
So what you'll find is if you go out, if you log into the CAB website and click on the forms button and
Yeah,
scroll down a little bit, you'll see that there's a link to CAB has a YouTube channel
yeah.
where there are about 30 or 40 videos now on
Oh,
Legito.
okay.
And
Okay.
I would start with how to create a representation agreement because that is
Okay.
generally where we start. We're creating a
Okay.
rep agreement for a seller.
Yeah.
And when you start with that video and you watch that one first,
Hmm.
then the other ones, a lot of the other documents, like a seller disclosure, starts from that very same representation agreement. You're going to
Correct.
open the document record for that rep agreement. There's a list of associated templates, and one of them is a seller disclosure, and you look for that and then click create, and it'll automatically merge your data from your rep agreement into your seller disclosure, whatever information is relevant and needed.
Yeah.
So I would start with how to create a representation agreement. The other thing that I usually recommend to people is you can play all those YouTube videos at double speed.
But you got to do it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so just
Yeah.
play them at double speed, so that you can always pause it or stop it or slow it down when you get to a section that you want to see.
Yeah.
Most of those videos are short.
Yeah.
Most of them are
Yeah.
less than 6 minutes, but
Yeah.
the representation agreement is, I don't know, 8, 10, 12 something. And
Yeah.
the purchase agreement, because purchase agreements are the most complicated document we have. So I think that one is like 18 minutes.
Okay.
But for the most part, I tried to create videos that were short because y'all are busy. And we know
Yeah.
that, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's busy. So there's no reason you don't want to have to watch an hour-long video to find the 5 minutes of relevant information you're looking for.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Okay.
every document has a how to
Yeah.
create a seller disclosure, how to create a buyer disclosure, how to create this, how to create that.
Mm.
All of them are on the CAB channel, YouTube
Mm.
channel. And that's where I would start. And then if you run into any issues, you want to send an email to forms@cabb.org.
Yeah. Which
So
goes to you,
anything
obviously.
sent to forms@cabb.org automatically comes to me and to Bob
Yeah.
Brooks. And if it's Legito related, then I typically
Mhm.
look at it and
Yeah.
try to, if there's an issue, I try to fix it. If it's something that is, needs to be handled
Yeah.
by Legito staff, then I forward it to them.
Okay.
But
No, I
usually
think
I
that
can,
that sounds like a plan, and that definitely will give me a lot of time back, as time goes on, because right now, as you know, I waste a lot of cycles just having to refill information over and over again. And then new buyer comes along, you got to do it all over, or you have an addendum, you got to start filling the buyer and the seller and the address and whatever have you. And the
Oh,
bottom
you can
section,
do in
yeah,
Legito, you can do an addendum in literally 30 seconds to a minute.
yeah. No,
Done.
I
To
think that's
anything, to
really
a
the
rep
value.
agreement, to an
Yeah.
asset purchase agreement, to any kind of agreement. I mean,
Okay.
addendums are quick and easy.
Yeah.
Also, if you have a new buyer comes along,
Yeah.
then you can, your information from your seller rep agreement merges into your new asset purchase agreement
Yeah.
automatically.
That's
So all you
great.
have to
Yeah.
do is fill out the information on the new buyer and the new terms. So
Okay.
yeah, much
Uh,
easier.
That's fantastic. So I think I already got what I wanted out of this. I basically wanted to ask what's the starting point for me to kind of really jump into it, and I think you've answered that.